Coming up this week on the OK Bloomer podcast.
IMDb says, Blossom turns 17 and doesn't take it well. Shelly's cousin, who doesn't like white people, comes to visit. Carol's ex-husband has a proposal for Nick. And DVDB says...
You got this. Keep going.
Don't know about the future. Don't.
They don't care about the future, because they live it in the past. Sal and Curtis are taking all 5 seasons of Blossom to task. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll be weak in the knees. This show's got more range than Nick on the keys. Only gal in the house, and that's how she goes. One brother was a junkie, and the other one was. Weekly lessons coming fast in the Russo flat. Blossom's teenage girl problems are as big as her hat. So take your opinionations and make them shine. It's the OK Bloomer podcast, and it's about damn time.
Don't know. Don't know. Don't know.
It is the OK Bloomer podcast. We're back with our 91st episode. We can see the finish line, folks. Curtis Anderson, Sal Accardo, the Phenom on the ones and twos, and I completely forgot until today that like 6 episodes ago, Joey Lawrence was rocking this amazing yellow flannel, and I said I'd get one, and this was as close as I could get. But I did it. I did it.
Oh my
Whoa.
God. You did it.
I did
That's
it.
amazing.
I know.
Look at that, man.
I was very happy. So, yeah, I need to go through and just get all his fashion from 1993, 94. Although I'm not quite ready to cut the arms off my flannels like he does.
Oh, please do. Please do.
You could tell Joey Lawrence is going to the gym. I can't remember if it's this episode or the next one, but there's an episode coming up where Joey is wearing the tightest tank top I've ever seen in my life, and it's very prominent in the show. And I know that didn't happen by
What's
accident.
funny is sadly I know what scene you're talking about. And
Well, you can't.
It's
You can't look away.
Yeah.
It's very like
Fair enough.
this is the point of this scene is to show off Joey's gym body, and I mean, hey, rightfully so, right? At this point, At this point, they're writing their own scenes, I think. I think the actors have taken over this show, especially Joey.
I mean, 1994 was a good time to be Joey Lawrence, that's for sure.
For sure.
With his, great head of hair.
Not so much Blossom, though, because this week she finds herself blue.
Yes.
See, I brought it back around,
segue.
Sal. Thank you.
Good segue.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. That's why
so
Go ahead.
I did kind of like a very extensive deep dive here. So it's right off the top. So why don't we get Phenom to say the season and the title and the date, and then I'm gonna stop you there.
Okay.
So
sure.
take it away, Phenom.
Yeah, comfy.
Season 4, Episode 23, Blue Blossom. Directed by Peter Baldwin, written by Brenda Hampton. First aired on March 19th, 1994, to 11 million viewers.
Okay, and I'll stop you there. Thank you, Phenom. March 19th, 1994 was a Saturday. And I looked it up. Blossom aired on Monday nights at 8:30. And then starting this episode and for the next 2, they were on Saturday nights. And I wondered why. I thought, were the Olympics on? Was something going on in 1994 on NBC that preempted it? And here's what I discovered, Curtis, in my research. And this is a long one, so bear with me, guys.
No, I'm so excited.
This episode and the next 2 episodes aired on Saturdays instead of Mondays. In the spring of 1994, NBC's Monday night lineup was a powerhouse of 90s nostalgia, anchored by 2 of the decade's biggest sitcoms. During March and April of 2004, the primetime schedule typically looked like this: 8:00 p.m., The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, also in its 4th season at the time, 8:30 p.m., Blossom, and 9:00 p.m., the NBC Monday Night Movie. And that I have to address in itself right there, because I feel like anybody's memory of Blossom must have come from still watching TV after Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was on, because everybody knows Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Everybody can talk about things that happen on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and everybody knows what Blossom is. So, I mean, there had to be something there that they were that they were going hand in hand. That's where like the spillover audience came from.
I remember the movie being a big deal too for that channel. They would pump the movie throughout the entire week. You'd
Right.
see commercials for it. So what an
Yeah.
amazing
Yeah.
place between Fresh Prince and the movie. That is probably
Right.
a big chunk of the viewership.
And that's how their viewership was so high. So while Blossom spent most of its life on Monday nights, it was briefly moved to Saturdays at 8 p.m. starting on March 19th, 1994. NBC made this move as part of a temporary strategy to boost their Saturday night ratings. And here's a breakdown of why and how that happened. The logic was that NBC was trying to create a stronger Saturday night family block. During this time, the lineup featured Blossom, followed by the Mommies, Empty Nest, and Nurses. Oh, Empty Nest. I remember watching that show too.
Oh,
Um,
Nurses.
do you remember that show?
If it's the one I'm thinking of, no, it can't possibly. I think the one I'm thinking of was like this failed spelling show from, I'm sure it was the 80s, where they had all
Oh,
these
okay.
nurses that were hot and they were just like the stupidest girls in the world, and it got such negative backlash that they canceled it immediately, and then he went back to the drawing board and eventually came with 90210.
Put a pin in that because that sounds amazing. We got to
Yeah.
talk about that sometime. So while Blossom was away, NBC filled the 8:30 time slot following the Fresh Prince with a short-lived sitcom called The Good Life, starring Drew Carey and John Caponera. Unfortunately, the decision to move Blossom back to its original Monday night slot was a classic case of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. NBC's attempt to shuffle the deck in early 1994 backfired in two major ways. The first one being that the Good Life gamble failed. Oh, lost my notes here. NBC hoped that the Good Life would benefit from the massive lead-in provided by the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but the audience did not follow. The Good Life struggled to retain the Fresh Prince viewers and received lukewarm to poor reviews, while Blossom consistently held on to 90% of the Fresh Prince audience, and the new show couldn't replicate that chemistry. The second part being the Saturday rating slump. NBC was trying to fix its Saturday night problem. They were becoming a wasteland for the network, and they hoped that moving a proven hit like Blossom would anchor a new family night block. Instead, Blossom's ratings took a significant hit. The show's core audience, teenagers and young families, were less likely to be sitting in front of the TV on a Saturday night than on a school night. So the result was by May 1994, NBC admitted the experiment was a mistake. The Good Life was pulled from the schedule and ultimately canceled. Blossom returned to Monday, 8:30 p.m., where its ratings immediately stabilized. The move was a relief for fans who had been confused by the sudden disappearance of the Russo family from their Monday routine. It also proved that the pairing of Will Smith and Mayim Bialik was one of the most effective back-to-back blocks in 90s television.
Damn.
And there you have it.
They showed their hand, hey. That sucks. That
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
So it is the time slot for this show. Like 100%.
It is. I
You'll
mean,
watch
the show
Fresh
obviously
Prince?
had something that held people, while watching Fresh Prince to go into this, and they didn't like the Drew Carey show. But yeah, it is telling. You're right. You're right.
So people
And I thought that
basically
was
put up
interesting.
with it because Fresh Prince is over and the movie's going to start. So let's
Right.
keep the TV on. We'll have it in the background while we get our snacks and stuff. And they actually were like, this is such a ratings juggernaut. We're going to put it on Saturday, and everybody's going to break their Saturday routine to watch Blossom because it's that popular. It's that much of a hit. And they were like, that's not at all what this is. Damn, that sucks.
That's an interesting way to look at it. I don't
That's
know if it's
exactly
so
how I
much
look at-
on I don't know if it's so much as Blossom, not being on Saturdays as it is that the Drew Carey show that was in its replacement was just that bad that people didn't want to stick around to watch it.
I don't know, man. Think about Monday Night Raw in the 90s, the late 90s. If suddenly they were like,
as I often do.
if they were suddenly like, guess what? It's Tuesday Night Raw. You would have dropped everything. Whatever was happening on Tuesday, it was now wrestling night. 100%.
All right, fair enough.
I'm trying to think of other shows I've been so into, and I would not have hesitated to completely redo my schedule if it changed nights that it was on. If
Yeah,
I
but I
loved
feel
the
like
show
that was a
that
thing in
much.
network TV that like happened a lot where like they would move shows to different nights and then the
Sure, and
ratings would just like people wouldn't follow. I don't think that was an uncommon thing. I
really,
think people like especially by the time season 4 came around, I think people may have just been used to, the routine of like, oh, it's Fresh Prince, it's Blossom, it's a movie,
okay. I
And
don't
then
have
it's like, oh,
I
it's
don't I don't have the background to go to statistics of other shows that were super popular that ratings tanked because they moved, but like I can't imagine Seinfeld doing less ratings no matter where they put it in its prime. I can't imagine, you know.
maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say because I think Seinfeld may have started on Monday nights, if I'm not mistaken. I think it started on a different night and it wasn't doing well. And then it wasn't until it got to like the Thursday night, like what
Thursdays.
what did
Okay.
NBC
All right.
call it? Must see TV
Yeah.
on Thursday nights. I think that really
Okay.
Seinfeld may have also helped create that. I don't know. I'm not a historian
Mhm.
here. I'm not necessarily
That
qualified to be talking about this, but
nor am
that's an
I, but
interesting way
that's
to
where my head went.
no, that's an interesting way to look at it because I didn't see it that way at all. But yeah,
Mhm.
no, I just thought that was interesting that the next 3 episodes were on Saturday nights, which was weird because I know that Blossom was like a Monday night thing.
Mhm.
So I was curious and I had to find out why. And that's what we do on this podcast.
Another
We get to
interesting
the
thing
answers, damn
Oh,
it.
before we get
Oh,
into
let's hear
the
it.
synopsis. So this episode had 11 million viewers. I did make
Mhm.
note of the fact that the 2 episodes after this are the only 2 episodes of the show that did not hit 10 million.
Yeah,
There is like
there
a
you go.
noticeable dip. Yeah.
yeah, that sucks. That's
Yeah, well,
that
keep an eye on
can't
that for the next few weeks.
that can't have felt good too, because when the network was like, your show is so hot, you guys, we're gonna put you on
Yeah.
Saturdays to like, pump blood into Saturdays. You are that big. We trust you that much. You guys have grown your audience, and this is gonna be huge for us and for you. And then the opposite happens, and they go back to Mondays. Like,
Yeah.
it would have been fascinating if they swapped Fresh Prince and to see what that would have done to Blossom's ratings.
I wonder. Yeah,
Yeah,
I wonder. But
fascinating. Look at us talking
yeah,
about ratings. No one cares about ratings anymore in
not
2026.
anymore.
How many
These things do not
views does
matter.
it have? How much engagement was there?
Yeah, how many double thumbs up are there on it?
All right.
All right. So sorry to get off track there,
No,
Phenom.
that's good. That's good stuff.
Take it away with the synopsis, please.
Disney Plus says Blossom's impending birthday brings mood swings. IMDb says Blossom turns 17 and doesn't take it well. Shelley's cousin, who doesn't like white people, comes to visit. Carol's ex-husband has a proposal for Nick. And TVDB says...
You got this. Keep going.
TVDB says Blossom's 18th birthday. Is it 17th or 18th?
It was 17th.
Okay.
It was definitely the 17th.
Well, TVDB says Blossom's 18th birthday makes her blue. Joey writes a letter to Hillary Clinton about healthcare. Carol's ex has an odd proposal for Nick. And Shelley's cousin Robin isn't thrilled to meet Anthony because of something Shelley hasn't told her about Anthony. That fact that he's white.
Oh, okay.
Those were the best. Thank you for that. I think that's the best synopsis we've ever had. Because when you say some of the crazy aloud, it really resonates in ways that sometimes you just get sucked into the drudgery of episode to episode of Blossom, and maybe someone not liking a character because they're white. You just kind of accept that. But when TVDB just writes it out for you to read back like that,
Yeah.
it really hits home. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this episode. Let's go. It's cold open.
All right.
Hooray.
Cold opes.
Blossom's
go.
in the mirror looking at her abs. She goes into the closet and comes out dressed like dead Ethel and goes, much better. Into Dr. John.
Couldn't have said it better myself. The only
That's
thing
it.
I said was she came out seconds later looking like Wednesday Addams. And yeah, that's the end.
Also, every single synopsis spoiled the big reveal, right? We didn't know she
I
was
know,
mad
right?
about her birthday until like the closing scene.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
is that I didn't miss it? That was like the whole thing of the episode is like, why is she grumpy? And then you realize that at the end, she's because it's her birthday. Isn't that
you
how
might
it
be
played
right.
out?
Yeah, I think that.
I don't.
Yeah, I think that was the reveal.
I do
yeah.
miss some
She's just
stuff.
being like, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. All right.
All right, we'll figure it out as we go.
Phenom, it asks if I want to skip the intro, and
I do not.
All right,
all right.
still going. Still going.
Okay. Carell draw Joey at the kitchen table. Blossom's hot, and to be fair, so Blossom comes in hot. To be fair,
There you go.
she's wearing what she wore in the cold open. I mean,
Yeah.
for effort.
Continuity.
And then Joey goes,
Um,
I don't want to hear about your problems. You probably have PMS. And she goes, I don't have PMS. I'm old and I'm fat and I've lost my will to live. And Joey goes, sounds like PMS to me. And like, man, Saturday night viewers just like fell off their chairs. This is some Saturday night humor right there. Like it's time to
Right?
rework.
Yeah.
It's time to rework the scripts for that getting ready to go out on the town humor, right?
Yeah.
I get it
yeah,
now.
Totally.
I get it.
Yeah, that's what they were going for. Exactly what they were going for. That pre going out for the night crowd.
This
at
ain't
8
no
o'clock
Monday
on a
night humor,
Saturday.
folks. Don
Yeah.
Rio's in a completely different headspace.
So yeah, Blossom's talking about waiting for the end of the world, and then Joey wants to order a pizza while they wait. And then there's like this whole thing about how Blossom calls Six first, but then Six has call return, which is a thing of the 90s.
Yep.
And called back, discovered it was busy, so she came over. And I put, have they ever addressed how close Blossom and Six lived to each
Yeah.
other? Because it was literally seconds as she was in the kitchen.
Well, Dad's been gone for a while, so maybe her and her mom just live in a tent on the lawn. point.
It could be.
But
Yeah.
poor
I
Blossom.
mean, with the way Six's life is going, who knows?
I don't fit in anywhere. And I could do a checklist of how you seem to have everything every girl would want at this point in your life.
Right.
But
You even had
Sure.
a girl who wanted to be exactly like you like 3 weeks ago.
yeah, but we're still doing this. We're still doing the down in the dumps. Blossom. Like your
Yeah,
life,
we
your
get
life
Moby
kicks ass,
Blossom
girl.
this week.
Your
Yeah.
life, you have everything. You have everything, and we're still being like,
Right.
"Ooh, what an outcast! It's Blossom." I don't get it.
Yeah, they gotta
I will
jump
be
back to this
addressing
every
this
so
more
often.
over the next couple episodes.
All right.
'cause something's
Um,
happening here,
Yeah.
and either you're paying attention or you're not. 1994 Blossom viewers, were you? Did you see it coming?
Can't wait for that. Joey is writing a letter now to Hillary Clinton. And I remember he was writing a letter to Bill Clinton like a few episodes ago.
Yep.
I don't understand why any of this is happening or it's recurring. She wants to know his thoughts about a healthcare plan. I have so many questions here. Blossom reads the letter out loud, and it sounds like a a pre-written letter with Joseph Russo slotted in to all the
Yep.
thing. And so, like, was that a
Mr.
thing in the
Black.
90s that like was that a thing in the 90s? Like you were getting letters from the president, or was that just like is the joke supposed to be that the president is actually writing letters to Joey? I
I-
don't understand this
I
at all.
imagine it was probably something that happened. It was that random kids would get letters from the White House, because that's a pretty
And they were just, like-
random like subplot to throw in 2 episodes now, right?
And
I
it's
do-
like
I do like-
recurring.
I do like when they address it though, and Blossom goes, "They do know other people live here, right?" Thought that was funny. And she says she's tired of this idiot getting letters from the White House. I said, there's a 2026 joke there somewhere, but I'm going to leave it alone,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And I said, I kind of like Goth Blossom. She's all moody with her long sleeves.
Yeah,
Ready to
it's
move
a
on?
theme that continues throughout. Let's move on.
All right. Tony sulks and paces in the living room. Nick comes in and he sulks and paces the living room. I don't know why Nick's mad yet, but Tony's sad because Shelly's cousin Robin is coming over. And we learn that Carol's ex-husband is coming to town, and he's a Scottish millionaire, the only one. Take that, Scotland. I don't know why that was necessary. Yeah. He's the only Scottish millionaire. And he's coming and he wants
Okay.
Carol back. So these two are just pacing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nick's gonna have dinner with him. Why? I don't know.
No.
Blossom comes in like a depressing cloud, and that's basically her entire season at this point, and they're finally playing into it, is what I said.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Tony's like, why are you worried, Nick? Come on, you're a Russo. You're a people person. He's not.
No, he is so not a people person.
And then Nick says, well, I hope he's not younger, richer, and better looking than me. And then Blossom goes, he is. Carol told me so. And once again, I know that was like a throwaway funny line. What is Carol's game here with Blossom? So
I don't know.
apparently they had a conversation without Nick there where she's telling Blossom that her ex-husband is younger, hotter, and richer than her dad.
That's a good point.
Even joking, that's
And
like, what? Oh my God.
and they don't even really get along yet either. So like, why are
No.
you, like
Like the
why are you
only
saying things like
the
this?
only connection this lady has with Blossom is dragging her dad. And that's so weird. That's
Yeah.
they just keep
Yeah.
going back to that. If I was Nick, I'd be throwing them both out on the lawn at this point. Like why is he the bad guy? I don't get it.
No, fair. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
I will say
yeah.
too, for whatever reason, if you go back and watch this scene, like Michael Stoyanov, the actor, he is trying so hard not to
Yeah.
laugh at something. He's like,
Oh, really?
he's looking down, and like you could tell he's using all his energy to not laugh. So there must have been like
That's
10
awesome.
outtakes of something, and they're like, we got to move on
Yeah.
because he is not paying attention.
Yeah.
He's doing this like.
Oh wow, I didn't notice
Yep.
that.
Vinny's out of town, and so is that why Blossom's pissy as well?
Yeah, I don't know. She's like in her room and it's all dark with candles. She's still dressed like Wednesday, but in a different outfit. Um, Joey comes in talking about comic books, which is just I took note of that because he should be in the MCU. Joey needs help with his letter to Hillary Clinton. And then he sits on Blossom's bed with his shoes on. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
They all wear their shoes in this house.
What is this?
Yeah. Well, to his credit, Rio not a feet man, I guess. So there's one good. There's one positive box.
I mean, okay, I guess yeah. He's not Quentin Tarantino.
No.
Quentin Tarantino, he is not, sir. Joey's talking about haircuts and how he like has this scheme to get 4 free haircuts at a bad place, and then he goes to the haircut place. He goes to a good haircut place every 4th time. There's like a joke in here that I didn't catch.
Did you notice this one weird moment though in this conversation? And they just moved on immediately from it though. But like they're chatting and Joey's being Joey, and then since Blossom is being pissy and she's not playing along, she just kind of stops him and goes like, are you actually this stupid, or is this just like an act you do? And then they take a beat and it's not played
Yeah.
for laughs, and then they just immediately move on. I was like, what just happened there?
Yeah.
Like they almost pulled back the curtain to put that seed in our heads that like maybe this is
that
a
joke.
lot of an
This is
act.
just an act.
This is an
Yeah.
act. This
He's
is like
smarter than he's letting on.
yeah, that this is like a coping
Okay.
mechanism for him being him. What a fascinating moment, and they don't go back to it. They just go on. And
Yeah,
I
did not
wonder
notice
if
that.
that was like an ad lib Mayim did or something,
Yeah.
because it didn't
Yeah, it
fit
could
with the
be.
conversation. But I backed it up and watched it a couple times. Like that was something that happened that they kept
Oh,
in
wow.
for some reason. Yeah. So
I didn't take note of a lot of this because they were just arguing back and forth.
Yeah.
There was something about Blossom says something abroad, and then Joey's like, "Don't call the first lady abroad. I thought you were effeminate." And she's like, "No, I'm a feminist." And then, yeah, there's something here where Joey calls Six to piss Blossom off just to like get rid of her. I don't know. I put Blossom as insufferable here.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do the thing where they call Six and hang up. She calls Blossom back, and they want to talk about what's actually bothering her. I said, "Here comes the hammer drop." No, they put the phone down. She put the phone down because she was painting her nails. So she's like, "Tell me what's wrong, Blossom." And then she's actually not listening. Is that how
Yes,
that
that's
played
right.
out?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Let's move on. Shelly brings her cousin Robin in to meet Tony. And what's the first impression
Yeah,
of Tony?
Tony's sitting at the table and he's like stressing out. He hasn't even met the cousin yet. This guy has the dumbest stresses in the world. Like,
But
seriously.
they come in and he's like dead. He's like face down
Yeah.
asleep on the
Well, that's what I'm
kitchen
saying. He's like
table.
so stressed about meeting this cousin that he's got like his head on the table. It's like, why are you stressed about this?
Yeah. And then Robin can't believe it because he's white.
Yeah.
And she's like all
Yeah.
spooked. And she's like, you didn't tell me he's white. And then I said,
Yeah.
Corel draw racist.
Pretty much. When it comes back, I took note of the sick guitar lick, bro. It
Oh,
was
so
like,
close. So close.
there was just like such a good guitar lick coming in. So he got her like a tap water, and there's a joke about like, oh, your cousin wants to drink LA tap water. Okay. She asks how the water was. She says wet. She hates him because he's a white boy. And I said, in the rest of my notes, I put, I'm not touching this one. I'm out.
No.
I'm out.
How did she not hear that Tony was white if this is such a thing to her? Because, like, that's the cousin. Tony's met the
Right.
parents.
Yeah.
It's very weird that if this stuff matters that much to Robin, it hadn't come up yet. And nobody, like,
That's
let
a
her in
good
on
point.
this, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
She's like, I have not had good experiences with white people. I mean, neither have I, but I'm not racist. I haven't had good experiences with any people. So,
Yeah.
right? And
all
also,
right.
I think it's funny that I thought they were going to go here, but they didn't. But, like, you know, the whole thing, Tony's the recovering addict, and the first time she meets him, he's passed out at the table. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, sure, Shelly, he's better, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All the lights
fair.
on.
Nope, that's not what it was. That's not what it was that set her off.
No. And then
So yeah, Nick comes in with the Scottish soul.
I said, I'm
that's
trying
how
to
they're
care
always
about
prepared.
this plot, and we go to another plot I care less about. But yeah, take it away.
Right? Yeah, so, you know, of course he's Scottish, so he's got to be a pompous because that's how they're always portrayed. Any Brit, Scot, like anybody from the UK. He didn't like the haggis that was served at the restaurant. He'll be tasting that one for a fortnight. And Nick is trying to kick this guy out of his house faster than any female companion he's ever had.
100%. Yeah.
He's just trying to get rid of this guy. He keeps referring to Carol as his wife, and Nick keeps correcting them. And I'm like, why is this hangout even happening? Like, why is Nick getting together with this guy for dinner? Why was this set up? I don't understand this.
I made note of that too, Sal. I'm glad you beat me to it. I said, this is the version of Nick all the women see 45 seconds after he finishes.
Right?
And why does he even invite him over to the house? Like, how did this happen?
That's what I'm saying.
How did he end
why
up
does
at the
dinner
house?
happen? Yeah. So Blossom comes down and he does like he grabs her hand and kisses it and does a charmed, I'm sure. And the way that she was just like, yeah, that really made me laugh, actually. She just like snapped on him and walked away. And then it actually cuts away to the kitchen, and Tony's in the kitchen. He runs in. He's hiding from Shelly's cousin, like peeking out the window.
What does he say
tells
to his
Blossom
sister?
she-
What does he say to his sister, Sal?
You tell me. I just
Oh,
said that
he
she
says-
hates him because he's white.
You gotta help me. Shelly's cousin is in town, and she hates white people. Blossom,
Right?
like, I don't know. And Blossom goes, all the time, or just because she's in Los Angeles? That one landed. That one landed, because I imagine the most insufferable white people live in Los Angeles for real. Like, good on
That's
them.
a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, she what's her name? Rosa, the cousin? Robin.
Yeah.
She quizzed him on Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, and Snoop Doggy Dogg. And then Blossom starts lecturing his ass about Black Americans he doesn't know about.
Yeah.
Uh,
You can see where this is going.
yeah.
Blossom's going to get one for the white folks here real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. So Nick comes in, tells Blossom to go out and talk to Graham again because she was like, "Wow, you really like gave it to him out there. Like, go back and give him some more of that sass that you're cooking up this week." And
right at this point, Rio leans back from his pen and paper. Oh, you're playing with fire this week, Rio. You're playing with fire. Be careful, Rio. Woo! Goes back to it.
We're getting into some touchy scenarios here.
Careful, you
yeah,
dirty
so-
dog. Turns up Del Shannon some more. Ah! Anyway,
So we go back to Graham. Graham wants to basically buy Nick, is what I understand.
yeah.
He wants to give him £100,000 to like fund his life with Carol, and his daughter wants to send his daughter to like a private school. And again, like, I don't see why Nick would care. He was like, well, my kids all went to public school and they turned out fine. Like, if Carol and the husband agree to send their daughter to private school, why the does Nick care? Like, what business of it is his?
Yeah.
I don't understand why he cared so much about that.
This was a weird take.
Yeah.
It
He
made
tries
no
to
sense.
buy Nick out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It made no sense.
He's just a rich guy who wants to give Nick a lot of money to take care of his ex-wife, was the proposition.
And Nick doesn't want his money. And then he's like, I'll give you this
Mhm.
much money. And then Nick does want his money. Like, he thought it was going to be like
Right.
$40 at first or something. This is just dumb.
Yeah.
This makes no
Yeah.
sense. So we bail out of
Yeah.
this. And who's Tony talking to now? Because he says Robin doesn't like him because he's white. And then he says, that can't be
that was
all of
before.
it. Have you seen him? Has she seen you eat? Oh, okay. That was before. We've moved on. Okay. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah. Blossom's in full beatnik mode in her room by reading by candlelight. Shelly just bursts into her room.
Yeah.
She brings in Robin to have Blossom vouch for white people, essentially. They immediately start arguing. I didn't track any of what they were saying. They were arguing about like books they were reading and stuff. I don't know if you copied any of
Let me
this.
get caught up. I actually had some stuff. Sorry. I jumped way too
All
far
right.
ahead. Okay. So he's Graham is explaining the hills and the countryside of Scotland to Blossom, and Blossom goes, "Sounds boring. No wonder you all drink over there."
Yeah.
That's pretty good. And then he starts telling Nick that Carol is a Campbell, and all Campbells are, quote, tramps and thieves, but oh, what bodies.
Yeah.
You're playing with fire, Rio. I'm playing with fire this week. So yeah, he wants to buy Nick. I said, what is happening, Sal? Yeah, he wants to finance Nick's life with Carol and Kennedy. Nick says, what a condescending offer. Then he offers Nick £100,000, and Nick goes, like Nick has a idea how much money £100,000 actually is. You kidding me, this idiot?
That pretty much was his exact reaction, though.
Yeah, Anthony's wife storms Blossom's room.
Yeah.
With Robin. Or no, first she's like, you don't have a problem with me because I'm black, do you? And Blossom is like, no. And then Robin comes in. She goes straight up to Robin's face. I hear you don't like white people.
Yeah.
That's going to be my opener from now on, just in everyday situations. Yeah. Blossom's reading Sylvia Plath, and Robin says, at her age, my favorite book was When Colored Girls Contemplate Suicide. That's what Robin was reading when she was Blossom's age. What a horrible, punchline. And then to make it worse, Blossom goes, yeah, well, that's what's up next. And she holds up her own copy of When Colored Girls Contemplate Suicide. What a visual gag. What a payoff. What? Nobody's vetting these shows. Cut that part out. Why would Blossom be reading a book about colored girls contemplating suicide? That's way more offensive than anything. That makes her look like such a dick.
Does
right?
it?
If Blossom is reading that book?
I mean, I don't know what the book is. I mean,
it's a joke book.
Sounds
but
like it's pretty straightforward.
Is it
a joke book?
It's a punchline. It's not a real book.
I did not realize.
She's like, life's so hard being a young African-American girl that there's a book about hey, don't commit suicide. Why'd Blossom be reading that?
I think what they were going for here is that Blossom's just well read on,
Sure.
But I don't know.
I don't know. Don Rio's hot off the press. This one doesn't need a revision, not one single revision. Just put her right in there. Start acting.
This page is smoking. I'm writing so hard here. Yeah, so they start arguing. In the end, Blossom lets it reveal to Robin that Tony has been going through AA.
Yeah.
And that's common ground here. Common ground. They're gonna get along.
Yeah.
But we don't get that scene, do we, Curtis?
We
That
don't.
scene never happened.
But Robin
Yeah.
calls her out. She goes, "Why, you sad? Best friend sleep with your boyfriend?" I was like, because that's something that only happens to African American people, right? They've got the market cornered on infidelity apparently in the Blossom verse. And then she goes,
As I said, I'm not touching this
she
one.
goes, "Your brother get hit with a drive-by shooting." That's a little on the nose, but we keep going. Goes, "Your father in jail for a crime he didn't commit." He's guilty, Robin.
Oh my god, dude.
We all know it. We all know it. Nothing to do with race. Your dad's a piece of shit, Robin. He's guilty. Okay? All right. And I said, and come on, even on the flip coin of that, the flip side of that, if Nick goes to jail, he's fucking guilty too. Like, there's not a lot of good dads in this show. All right?
Fair enough.
And then Robin goes, "Yeah, none of that happened to me either. I just can't understand when white people get the blues." Don Rio just leaned back and lit a cigarette. "Don boy,
Yeah.
you still got it. You brought it home."
He lit a cigar by lighting a $20 bill on fire. Just like
Yeah. Oh my god. Just,
kicked his feet up.
yeah. Yeah, and I said it's
Uh,
actually
Graham-
wild. It is wild when you think about how they wrote the most blatant, over the top, racist character in the history of this show as a pretty young African American woman. Like, that's crazy. Crazy to think
Yeah.
about. And when you look at the characters and the stereotypes we've had over the last 4, almost 5 seasons, and this is the one they went the hardest on. It says something, I don't know what, but it says something. Like you said,
Not the
you're
show's weirdest decision, but
it's definitely up
I mean,
there.
yeah. Yeah, I'm
I
not
think
I'm not touching
Rio
this
thought
one,
he was
dude.
going to get a pat on the back in some weird way for this. You know?
All
don't
right.
know.
Fair
Anyway.
enough. Yeah, Graham is writing a check to Nick. Nick says it's almost midnight. And then just as he says that, 6 bursts in. I'm like, what is she just like walking in the front door at midnight for? It gets explained later. He does the same thing to 6 where he like kisses her hand. She's down with the Scotsman. She's into it. So Nick finally kicks him out. That's the end of that storyline. It's midnight because it's Blossom's birthday, and when the clock rings midnight, they both shout from downstairs, "Happy birthday" to Blossom. Cuts back upstairs to Blossom. She's stomping on the floor, like mad that they're even like celebrating her birthday. And I was like, well, now what are Nick and 6 doing? Just like staring at each other? Like Blossom didn't come running down when they said happy birthday. It was
Yep.
like, I don't want to deal with this. So like her and Nick just like, all right, so how was your day? 6? How was how's school going? How was rehab?
We just missed one thing, and then we'll be caught up. Kind of a bitch
Okay.
move by Blossom to tell Robin that Anthony was in AA.
Yeah, I agree.
Kind of a dick move. Like, maybe he didn't
Not her
want her
news
to
to
know.
share.
No, not
Yeah,
at
not
all.
her news to share.
Even though it works,
Yeah.
not her news to share. So we finally learn that Blossom is pissy because she's 17 and she hates growing up. She doesn't want to be an adult. Anthony tells her
this
to
is where
take it
this
one
is where
day at a
Tony
time
comes
as
into
well.
a room with. Yeah.
Why?
Oh yeah, because that was like his phrase from AA, right?
Why does she only confide in Tony anymore? This has been the reoccurring thing for like the last 3 or 4 episodes. It's always her and Tony talking it out. I don't know why we've made that.
Yeah, I don't know.
That switch.
I think
It's
they've
always-
just discovered that that's like a dynamic that is working, I guess. I don't mind these moments between her and Tony. Like Tony is, the older brother. Well, he does like stress over dumb things and have like
Yeah.
a crazy life. Like he definitely has his. I would say he's probably the most mature out of any of the Russos, including Nick and Buzz.
Sorry, I'm seeing how I landed this episode, and I'm very proud of it. So finish up, and then I'll do it.
No, so he comes into her room with a cake, and then this is where she's depressed about turning 17, and it'll cry me a river.
Yeah, right. I know. Just you wait,
like-
girl. Just you wait.
Yeah. Tony, he tells her here to take it one day at a time, and then a throwaway line. Oh, thanks for whatever you said to Robin to make her come around.
Yeah,
You
thanks
know,
for whatever
so
you
I
said,
guess
Robin, because she's not racist anymore.
yeah. So I guess that major storyline's all wrapped up in a nice little package, and they're never going to address it again. And then, yeah, this is at the end. Everybody bursts into her room and says,
Do they,
"Happy
though?
birthday, Blossom."
Does everybody burst into the room?
Well, who's missing?
Shelley and Robin.
Well, they're there. They're in the room.
No, they're not. They are not in the room.
Yeah.
They are not.
Yeah, they're in the room at the
They're
end.
not in the
Yes,
room
they
at the
are.
end. Are they already
What
in
are
the
you
room when
talking
everyone
about?
else comes through the door?
Yeah.
That final scene when the Russos pop
The
in the
final
door.
scene when the door opens and everybody spills in and they say "Happy birthday, Blossom."
They are not in
Robin,
the room.
because I thought it was weird that Robin was there. Go back and watch it, bro.
Are you sure?
They're there.
Oh,
Yeah. Does
well,
this ruin your ending?
this ruins
let's
my end.
pretend. Let's pretend they're not in the room. Then.
Okay.
Oh no! Everybody but Robin and Shelley were in the room.
I said, and the cake is even black.
Oh.
That's a pretty big dick move by the Russos to not invite those two.
Yeah.
Who's the racist now?
Right.
I swear they weren't
But
in
when
the room.
they were in the room.
I don't know.
They were in the
man.
room. I promise you. All right. Well, we got to settle this. Yeah. So they all say "Happy birthday, Blossom," and I wrote the finally cracks a smile, and that's the end of the episode.
And then the last scene is some like dingy bar, and Vinny's drinking. He's like, I had to get out of there. It was Blossom's birthday. God. All right.
Oh God, that's good stuff.
Ready for my
yeah,
lesson?
all right. That's the end of the episode. Let's hear it. What's
Okay.
the lesson of the week? We missed one last week, so I'm excited.
Racism comes at you in the weirdest, most forced and unpredictable ways sometimes, and the only way past it is to trauma bond.
I'm sure if you're on the other end of it, like Robin or Shelley, I don't think it comes out of left field for them.
Fair.
It seems like.
But that was the lesson
I
this
think
week.
I-
That was the lesson this week.
Oh,
where it's
okay.
It's
Okay.
like, I know
Lesson
you've got
from a
it
white
bad.
man.
Yeah, I know you've got it bad.
Lesson from a white man's perspective about racism.
That's going to be the new title. My lesson. Lessons
All right,
bestowed
great.
by the white man. But that's what I mean. This lesson is not my lesson. This is what they are asking
Right,
the viewers
right.
to take away.
Yeah.
I think.
No,
and I think that's what the
I get
viewers
it.
are supposed to take away from this episode. It's like, you think that person's got it bad? Meet them, tell them how bad you have it, and then everyone will get along.
Right.
Yeah. Don Rio, man, he was cooking this week. He was cooking.
He was. Yeah, they just let him.
Steam
cook,
was
bro.
coming out of his pen and his ears. He's like, you thought I was done after we came back from Malibu, didn't you? You thought I was done. You thought old
Yeah.
Rio was bankrupt with ideas.
Rio
But
was
check
out of
it out.
ideas, huh?
Check it out. You ever hear of this girl named Robin? Huh? What's Robin's deal? Oh, just you wait. Just you wait. No one's ready for Robin.
A white man can't write for a black 20-something? You are incorrect. All right, Phenom, what time is it?
It's time for Whoa or No.
Damn, I don't know with this one.
This was tough. This was tough. I gave it a whoa. It's not the greatest, but it was fine. They didn't really wrap up major things like the Tony and Robin story and Carol's ex-husband trying to buy Nick. But
Yeah.
I just wrote whatever. Sure.
Yeah,
It was fine. It
I'm
wasn't
try-
great.
I'm trying not to grade on a curve because, like, no matter what they throw at me after the Malibu 2-part, it's gonna be a whoa. But I'm gonna disagree and give this one a no. I don't think
Okay.
this is one you would ever need to rewatch for any sort of
That
of
is a
reason.
good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll agree with that. But overall, I didn't
No, that's
hate
fine.
it. It's
Yeah.
not it's not, not the best, not far from the worst.
That's all we can hope for at this point.
All right. Exactly. That's all we can hope for deep into season 4. Not the pit this week. Alistair Duncan played Graham.
No,
He returns for one
No.
one more episode in season 5.
He walks in,
And
he walks in, and behind him is Nick on all fours with a leash. Nick took that money.
Yeah. Oh, 100% Nick would take that money. A little bit of resume interest here for me. He played Mimir in God of War, the talking head that Kratos carried around in the God of War games. And he is the voice of Alfred Pennyworth in a lot of the newer Batman cartoons.
Really?
He did Long Halloween, parts 1 and 2. He did a couple of the other ones that I don't remember right now, but that's our man Alistair Duncan as Graham, and he'll be back.
Cool.
In the pit this week, Nicole White, not Nicole, Nicole with an M, played Robin, and
What was
she
her last
is
name?
officially. Her last name was White, and that's the end of the pick this week. That's all I got.
So somehow the pit got a little whiter.
Well done. All right, what's next? What's next, Phenom?
Next week, season 4, episode 24, Sex, Lies, and Mrs. Peterson.
Isn't this about the 6th sex, lies, and something title we've had? I swear.
I think you're right.
I swear
Yeah,
they
you
just
might
keep
be
going
right.
back to this. Someone taps the old
Yeah.
Don Rio fish tank, and he gets this idea for the first time again. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll
go.
see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let's go.